Boats Oz 369 Craftsman Homes, sailing with myself, Adrian Beswick, and my crew Claire Cromedy. This is my 10th year in the B14, and we've been paired up for the last 2 seasons. The boat felt reasonably good. We haven't had a lot of practice this year because we're not living in the same city, so we've been a bit rusty, but got out there and gave it our best shot. Competition's pretty hot at the front of the fleet, so we're hoping to at least keep the pressure on the current national and world champion Guy Bancroft. He's certainly the person at the front of the fleet, and we're really keen to keep up with him and give the others a real red hot go too.
Yesterday, Tim, three wins, probably most of them fortunate, as in other people's mistakes were more than ours. Today's plan would be to try and do it again with a little less mishap from our point of view. A little different in my start line approach. That was a bit poor, that first start yesterday. I got a little sidetracked in the last minute. So today will be a lot more conservative than yesterday. Particularly good downwind. We had a couple of wind shifts go our favour in upwind and downwind, but downwind we were quite quick. So we'll try and work on that again.
Welcome back on the water today for day 3 of the B14 Australian Championships. Sailors were greeted today with a great 12 to 14 knot sea breeze that were forecast to die later in the day. Racing got underway late at the respectable hour of 2 p.m, allowing sailors plenty of time to recover from a long and arduous day the day before. The start got underway with a very even start across the fleet. However, Richie and Lisa, sailing the Nude, unfortunately prawned their boat just before the start and were late. Halfway up the first beat, the yellow boat, through an unfortunate tack, capsized yet again. With the mast stuck well and truly in the mud, Anthony hoped that his running repairs from day 1 would hold. Coming around the top mark as a clear leader, Nick Darlow had a great kite hoist. Hot on their heels, Guy Bancroft was second, and Lano had a fantastic beat to come around third. The Hitcher with a great hoist were just able to hold off Steve Miller in a fantastic first beat in 5th place, sailing the Phantom. Kelvin and Amy were 6th, followed by Richie in 7th, and Chris and Rani flying up behind in 8th. By the bottom mark, the big mover and shaker was the Nudist, coming from 7th place right through to 3rd. Unfortunately, they were let through by the Hitcher, who on their last jibe coming into the bottom mark broke their vang and capsized. They were ultimately forced to return to shore to effect repairs and would miss the next race. The battle between Epic and Be Alert continued right through to the bottom mark for the last time. Chris and Rani, not having to drop a spinnaker, got around cleanly. Tim and Megan, however, struggled to get their spinnaker down and were only just able to avoid capsizing. Steve and Adrienne, sailing Bondi Tram, struggled to get their spinnaker down through the last gate. Unfortunately, they ended up going on a tour similar to Chris and Rani earlier in the day. First time wearers of the head cam for the racing for the day, Lockie sailing on 1 mil for the bone with Guy Bancroft.
Go sheep!
Nick and Mike, sailing the Siren, were justifiably proud of their win and raised their fists in delight, crossing the finish line clear ahead of Guy Bancroft and Lockie, sailing 1 more for the bone. Superstitious sailor Guy Bancroft claimed it was wearing the camera that caused him to become second, but certainly Nick Darlow and Mike McDonald had other things to say in the boat park afterwards.
Yeah, really happy. Been a great race, a lot of wins. Didn't make any mistakes in that race. Really good. They're too fat, those two.
3rd and 4th place went right down to the last jibe, with Richie and Lisa just managing to hold out Lano, crossing the line, full noise under spinnaker. Adrian and Claire closed the gap well to come a close 5th. Roscoe came 6th, just in front of Kel and Amy. Steve Miller crossed for a credible 8th position, with Chris and Rani sailing a conservative kite-free run to finish 9th. Tim Grant, sailing with Megan back on board, pulled out all stops under the black spinnaker, finishing 10th. Orica Blush came home in 11th. It didn't prove a good day for the yellow bone, managing to sail through the bottom gate fully capsized. They went on, unfortunately, to retire from the race and would get ready for race 5.
We had a really good race, had a really good start. We got to the first shift first to the top mark, and then didn't make any mistakes really, so we're really happy.